Good afternoon and a warm welcome to Gemsland Online School. We can be located at Plot 15, Ahmadu Bello Close, Peace Court, Lokogoma, Abuja. Thank you for joining us. Now, our learning objectives for today is to be able to learn more about the Arctic and the North Pole. In our geography lesson, we've been learning all about Antarctica and the Arctic, and today we're going to be learning more about the North Pole and increasing our knowledge about this area. So for a starter, I want you to write as many describing words as you can about this place. Go. I want you to do it now, and it's just 3 minutes. Write as many describing words as you can about this place. What is a describing word? A word that tells you more about a place. So this is reading a picture. You're going to be interpreting the picture. So what can you use, internalize, or use words to describe this picture? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put on your thinking caps, get your writing pads, get your beak or your pen, and just jot down 5 to 10 words to describe this picture. Thank you. Now, title, the North Pole. Let's get to business. Our learning objectives. To be able to describe what the Arctic is like, to be able to explain why the Arctic is changing, and to be able to evaluate what the challenge are to live in the Arctic. All right. The second starter lesson is I want you to think carefully and put on your thinking caps now. What 10 objects would you need to pack if you went on a trip to the Arctic? What 10 objects? Based on the pictures you have seen, you've never been there, put on your thinking caps, close your eyes and meditate. Imagine yourself in this island. Imagine yourself in this place. What would you need to pack if you went on a trip to this Arctic? For me, I'll take a camera. What would you take? Perhaps a phone? All right, so write down 10 things that you're going to take. I'll be counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Extension, using P. Explain why you would take 2 of the objects with you. So think about the 2 most important objects, the ones that you feel is a priority for you to take. Explain why you will take 2 of the objects with you. Out of these 10 objects that you've written down, pick the most valuable 2 that you would definitely take with you. If you're asked to drop all the rest and just pick 2, which 2 would remain? And you have to explain why you will take 2 of the objects with you. Where is the North Pole? I want you to label the North Pole on the globe on the sheets. Label the North Pole on the globe on the sheets. So let's go. Let's pick this. This is where you have the North Pole. So this is the North Pole here. Right, and this is where we're studying Arctic Ocean. This is the North Pole. This is the Arctic Circle, very close to Russia, Norway, Greenland, and the rest. Right, so we move on. In pairs, write down as many geographical questions as you can about this picture using 5W. Using 5W. What, why, when, who, which, and how. I want you to brainstorm with mom or dad and come up with 5 geographical questions. My question, for example, is where did the ship sink? So you can come up with as many questions as you can about this picture using the 5 W's and a H. I've given you an example. What, why, where, when, who, and how. Fantastic. Example, what happened to this ship? What is the temperature here? Can even do some maths. What angle is the ship lying to the ground? Lying to the ground. What angle is the ship making? And all of that. Think about, you can ask English questions, geographic questions, any question at all, but make sure you ask geographical questions. Geographical questions, things to do with weather, temperature, place, and all of that, climate. So the Lobnov Orlova from Russia was caught by the early onset of winter in the Arctic Circle in 1986. The ship was frozen so solidly it was abandoned and has remained there ever since. The temperature drops to minus 65 degrees here in winter. Objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to describe what the Arctic is like, explain why the Arctic is changing, evaluate what the challenges are to living in the Arctic. Task. You're going to find out as much information about the Arctic as possible and teach your group what you have learned. You will have 5 minutes to learn as much as you can. So fact file 1, Arctic facts and statistics. The Arctic region is home to the North Pole, as well as the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic region is made up of parts of 8 countries: Russia, Greenland, Canada, USA, Norway, Iceland, Sweden, and Finland. The Arctic covers an area of 5.4 million square miles, which is larger than Europe. The Arctic holds 20% of the world's water supply. The name Arctic comes from a Greek word meaning near the bear. What 3 points would you choose? So you have to choose 3 points from here. The Arctic is made up of frozen water. The Arctic is larger than Europe. It holds 20% of the world's water. Time's up. So return to your home groups and prepare to feedback what you have found out. The rest of the group must make notes on what you have learned. You've got 10 minutes. So what you've got to do now is you will go through all the facts, pick 3 things from your facts, and teach mom or dad. Is that okay? Good. Now, answer the 3 questions, learning objectives from the start of the lesson. Describe what the Arctic is like. Explain why the Arctic is changing. Evaluate what the challenges are to living in the Arctic. Remember to use P. Homework, 10 items to take on holiday. The North Pole is an extreme environment. Choose another extreme environment to go on holiday. Explain which 10 items you will need to take on your adventure. Use P to explain why you need them. Plenary, my connections. How similar or different is the North Pole to where you live? Similarities between Nigeria and the Arctic, or wherever you are in Nigeria. So the similarities and the differences. What are the similarities? Fact file 1 is fact file 2. All of this will be saved in the Google Classroom document so you can access them and read. You're going to make use of fact file 1, make use of fact file 2, make use of fact file 3, and this is fact file 4. All of this will be fact file 5, Arctic Explorers, fact file 4, Arctic Wildlife, fact file 3, Arctic People, fact file 2, Arctic Climate, and fact file 1, Arctic Facts and Statistics. All of this will be saved in the Google Drive for you to access. Fact file 6, Arctic order. So make sure you research, get your facts, and teach another person some of the facts that you have discovered. Thank you for listening.